Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Under Triple H's regime, Nick Aldis has been acting as the SmackDown general manager. Since his arrival, the National Treasure has impressed the WWE Universe with his bold decisions as an authority figure. Recently, Aldis has been heavily involved in the storyline between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, which has made the undisputed WWE Championship feud more compelling. Amid this, speculation has arisen that Triple H might replace Nick Aldis with WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam as the new SmackDown GM. In 2023, RVD expressed interest in taking on an authority role in WWE during his podcast. However, the legendary star mentioned one condition: he wasn't always comfortable wearing a suit and would prefer not to do so. The rationale behind Triple H potentially replacing Nick Aldis could be tied to Aldis's possible in-ring return. For those unfamiliar, the National Treasure is a multi-time champion in NWA, TNA, and other promotions. On several occasions, Aldis himself has hinted at a return to the squared circle. So, if Triple H has plans to execute this idea, he might consider bringing in a new SmackDown GM to replace Aldis, and RVD could be a fitting choice. WWE could incorporate a storyline where the chief content officer grows dissatisfied with Aldis's performance as GM. This could be particularly valid if he fails to manage Kevin Owens' actions on the Blue brand effectively. If Nick struggles to maintain order leading up to WrestleMania 41, the CCO might strip him of his position and appoint RVD as the new GM. However, the real reason behind such a decision could be to pave the way for Aldis's in-ring return while introducing RVD as the newest authority figure on Friday nights. Although this scenario is purely speculative, RVD's interest in an authority role makes him an excellent choice if Nick Aldis returns to the ring. What conversation did Triple H and Nick Aldis have before he became the new GM of SmackDown? During a conversation last year on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Nick Aldis shared details about his discussions with Triple H prior to joining WWE. The National Treasure revealed how he approached making the authority figure character his own. He further disclosed that, during his early conversations with the King of Kings, emphasized his vision for this character to stand apart. Aldis explained that the chief content officer wanted the role to feel fresh and distinct, steering away from the typical authority figures seen in WWE's past. This is why Aldis chose to craft a unique portrayal of an authority figure on television. Opening scene. SmackDown's signature blue and white graphics illuminated the arena as thousands of fans roared in anticipation. It was a special night, and the energy was electric. The commentary team, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, hinted at a major announcement set to change the landscape of WWE SmackDown forever. "Ladies and gentlemen," Cole exclaimed, "we've heard rumblings all week. Triple H is here tonight, and there are huge changes on the horizon." The show opened with Triple H's theme music, The Game, blasting through the speakers. The WWE Chief Content Officer made his way to the ring, dressed sharply in a suit, his trademark intensity shining through as he grabbed a microphone. The crowd's chants of Triple H echoed through the arena. After allowing the cheers to die down, he raised the mic to speak. "Let's cut right to the chase," Triple H began, pacing the ring. "As of tonight, there will be a monumental shift in leadership for SmackDown. Nick Aldis, I appreciate your hard work, but as we move into 2025, it's time for a new direction. And that direction is bringing back a leader who knows what it means to run a show like this, a leader who's seen it all, done it all, and thrived in the biggest moments." The audience buzzed with curiosity, wondering who Triple H had in mind. Was it another former WWE superstar? A returning executive? "This person is a WWE Hall of Famer," Triple H continued, a sly grin spreading across his face. "Someone who embodies the grit, the determination, and the charisma that SmackDown needs to stay at the top." After a brief pause for dramatic effect, he declared, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your new general manager of SmackDown." Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold returns. The glass shattered, and the arena erupted as Stone Cold Steve Austin's iconic entrance theme thundered through the speakers. The Texas Rattlesnake, decked out in a leather jacket and jeans, stormed to the ring, his usual swagger on full display. Fans threw up their arms in Stone Cold salutes as he climbed the turnbuckles to acknowledge the crowd. Michael Cole was beside himself. What a shocking announcement. Stone Cold Steve Austin is back in WWE, and he's running SmackDown. Austin grabbed a mic and stared down Triple H with a smirk. "You called the right guy, Hunter," he began. "I've been sitting back, watching SmackDown week after week, and I thought to myself, this show could use a little Stone Cold attitude." The fans erupted into a "what" chant, which Austin quickly encouraged. Triple H chuckled, clapping Austin on the shoulder. "You've got free reign, Steve. SmackDown's yours to run. Just don't go stunning the entire roster in one night, all right?" Austin tilted his head, pretending to think it over. "No promises," he drawled, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Nick Aldis confronts Austin. Before the celebration could continue, Nick Aldis' theme hit. The now former general manager walked out, looking furious. He stepped into the ring, staring down Austin and Triple H. "Wait just a second," Aldis said, his voice dripping with indignation. "Triple H, you're making a mistake. I've elevated SmackDown over the past few months. Ratings are up, talent morale is at an all-time high, and now you're just going to throw that away? For him?" Austin smirked and leaned against the ropes, clearly enjoying the tension. "Nick, no one's questioning the work you've done," Triple H replied. "But SmackDown is about making moments, about taking risks, and there's no one better to embody that than Stone Cold Steve Austin." Aldis shook his head. "This is ridiculous. Austin hasn't managed a show in his life. What happens when he drives half the roster out with his antics?" Austin, clearly unimpressed, stepped forward. "You done whining, son? You're mad because you got fired, but let's face it, you were boring the hell out of these people." The crowd erupted into laughter and cheers, chanting, "Stone Cold! Stone Cold!" Aldis clenched his jaw and stepped closer to Austin. "You think you're funny, huh? We'll see how funny you are when SmackDown starts falling apart under your leadership." Austin stared Aldis down, the tension palpable. Then, with zero warning, he delivered a thunderous stunner that sent Aldis sprawling to the mat. The crowd went wild as Austin grabbed a couple of beers from ringside, tossing one to Triple H before cracking them open. Michael Cole shouted, "Vintage Stone Cold." Nick Aldis just got a taste of the rattlesnake's bite. Austin's first order of business. Later in the show, Austin addressed the roster backstage. Superstars gathered in the locker room, curious and slightly apprehensive about what Austin's leadership would mean for them. "All right, listen up," Austin began, pacing in front of the roster. "I don't care if you're a rookie, a veteran, or Roman freaking Reigns, if you want to be on SmackDown, you better bring your A-game. No coasting, no excuses." He pointed at LA Knight. "Knight, you've been tearing it up lately. You keep that up, you're gonna go straight to the top, and that's the bottom line." The megastar nodded, clearly pleased with the endorsement. Austin then turned to Io Sky, the current women's champion. "Io, you're one hell of a champion. But I want to see you defend that title more often. Open challenges, big matches, SmackDown's about competition, and you're gonna lead the charge." Finally, he addressed the entire room. "Bottom line is this, I'm here to make SmackDown the most exciting show in WWE. If you've got a problem with that, my door's always open. Just don't cry when you get a stunner for your trouble." The roster seemed energized by Austin's no-nonsense attitude, with several superstars already speculating about what this new era would bring. Main event chaos. The night ended with a blockbuster main event, a fatal four-way match to determine the next challenger for the WWE Universal Championship. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Bobby Lashley, and Sheamus tore the house down in an action-packed bout. As the match reached its climax, Stone Cold's music hit again. The crowd erupted as Austin marched down to the ring, beers in hand. He grabbed a headset at commentary, throwing in his 2 cents as the superstars battled it out. Ultimately, LA Knight picked up the win, pinning Sheamus after delivering a devastating BFT. The crowd roared as Knight celebrated, pointing at Austin and shouting, "Yeah!" Austin climbed into the ring, microphone in hand. "Knight, you just proved you're ready to take that next step. You've earned yourself a shot at the Universal Championship, and let me tell you, I can't wait to see you whoop some ass." The show ended with Knight and Austin sharing a celebratory beer in the ring, the SmackDown crowd firmly behind this new era. Conclusion: Triple H's decision to replace Nick Aldis with Stone Cold Steve Austin marked the beginning of an exciting, unpredictable chapter for WWE SmackDown. With Austin's larger-than-life personality and no-nonsense approach, the Blue brand promised to deliver must-see television week after week. As the WWE Universe embraced this bold new direction, one thing was certain: Stone Cold was ready to raise hell and take SmackDown to new heights.